Right, welcome guys. Kraven the Hunter is going to be a huge bomb for Sony. Not really a massive surprise, to be honest. This is Aaron Taylor Johnson's new movie. It's, box office estimates are in. It looks pretty bad. I don't know whether this has any hope of, I guess, being a success because it may have legs. I don't know. I'm trying to be charitable to a degree. Like the trailers look... I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I wanted to go watch it out of morbid curiosity. Not Morbius curiosity. No. Terrible jokes. Anyway, so basically we've got the projections in. They're pretty bad. We've got the reported budget for this. They wouldn't have done a huge marketing for this either. So we can kind of round this out as sort of budget is rumored to be $110 million. Marketing, we could say, is probably going to be about 15 million, maybe a bit more. So I guess being completely fair, it needs, and this is being super conservative on the estimates, it needs somewhere in the region of $300 million to break even. It is a Sony movie. It does depend on what they've done with their pre-sales, because that's important. Sony actually wins a lot of these box office movies, even though they fail at the box office, because financially speaking, Sony is better set for the secondary and third markets because they don't have their own streaming platform. They pre-sell their content elsewhere, and thus they adjust their books based on that. And thus, these movies actually can go into a relative profit, which is crazy to think, to be honest. But we'll take a look and I'll explain it all. Hit subscribe, ladies and gents, if you're not subscribed already and you are a returning viewer. I see you. I see you. We've literally just crossed 400,000 subscribers, which is so incredibly humbling. I did a post about it. I'm not going to gush here. You can go look at the post if you like. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. H Reviews. But we'll take a look at this anyway. So like I said, the numbers are in, okay? And it says this: Sony Pictures' Kraven the Hunter arrives in theatres on Friday. An updated box office tracking points to an even more disappointing opening weekend than previous estimates suggested. So Kraven was initially expected to take in between $28 million and $30 million. That's domestic. It's important to note that's just in the States, North America. But now it looks set to be between 20 to 25 in North America on a reported budget of $110 million. For comparison's sake, Morbius only did $39 million. It's Morbin time. It's Kraven time. I'm craving for some Kraven. The jokes write themselves with this garbage movie. So, few things to note, and this tends to happen a lot with movies, is that they will come out with a pretty strong estimate, right, on the lead up to a film's release. Pretty strong estimate. I mean, that's not strong. 28 and 30 million is not strong, obviously. And then they typically will down-regulate or sort of, reduce the estimation on the lead up to it just before it comes out. Normally they do that, so when it does come out and it does above their lower expectation, they can be like, oh, well, it smashed estimates. That is something which does happen in the industry now. It's a bit lame, to be honest. They've been doing it now for a good couple of years. Well, quite a while, but yeah, good couple of years at the very least. It's become as brazen as it has now. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty bad, $20 to $25 million. I do think this is one of those weird movies, a bit like a Transformer movie, right? Where it could play really well in foreign markets, like Japan, China, South Asia, all these kind of countries, right? Where a similar market for, like, say, Godzilla versus Kong. I don't know why. I think that there's the potential that this could actually do okay in those markets. I could be completely wrong, FYI, and it's just going to bomb all round. But 20 to 25 million is obviously not good. With $110 million, a really conservative estimate would be 150 million all in, plus a little bit more. So over $300 million to break even. That's really bad. That's not good, obviously, at all. But then the other element of this is that they would have pre-sold stuff. So Sony has a pretty lucrative deal with quite a lot of streamers, actually. They have pretty good deals with streamers where they can offset their balance sheet based on that. It's not like a Disney movie, aka Marvel movie. It's not like a Warner Brothers movie, like a DC film, although Warner Brothers and HBO are now selling content elsewhere as well. But it's just not the same. It's not the same because these studios cannibalize their own content. They destroy their secondary revenue streams, right? Their immediate revenue streams. Because it goes on streaming. You're like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm just going to wait for it to go out on streaming then, aren't I? That's what most people do nowadays, especially for Disney films. Although outliers exist, like Moana 2, for instance. And Inside Out 2 as well. Year of the sequels, it seems. Hey. So it's not good. It's not good. There is a little bit more to this article I want to show you as well. And it says this: we're not writing Kraven off just yet. The movie could perform a lot better overseas, but this is not a great sign for the film or for Sony Pictures SSU, Sony's Spider-Man universe. Though the Venom trilogy was a success overall, both Madam Web and Morbius tanked. So if Kraven follows suit, it's difficult to imagine the franchise clinging on much longer, at least without making some changes. Yeah, those changes should be including Spider-Man, obviously. So... and they even say, yeah, bringing a Spider-Man into the Spider-Man-based universe might be an idea. There must be some kind of deal that they've got going on with Marvel that means that they just can't do that. It strong-arms them. Because why would you not do that? It's a no-brainer, isn't it? Like, Spider-Man characters. Why would you not have Spider-Man in there as well? Like, what are you doing? Super dumb. They released a... 8 minutes of Kraven. I didn't even bother to watch that, to be honest. I will go and watch this movie. Like, I think this might be good dumb fun. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good. And then they're being lambasted for commentary about this as well. And I don't get the hate on this. The director came out and said something which I think is actually okay. So he says, I'm not going to fool anyone to think that all of those movies were the success that everyone wanted them to be. And so I've been able to watch that process and be a part of it. All I can control is I go out and try and make the best movie, cast the best people, create the best action scenes, create the best drama, create the best story that I'm able to do. We did learn some things for sure about, in a way that play into that, which is like, let's not try to have this be telling 16 stories at once, right? Let's make a really good movie at its core, and where that goes will take care of itself. That's fine. That's good commentary. That's fine. And then he says this, I didn't want to give away the details of what we got going on, but I think from a structural standpoint, it was about telling a movie that stands by itself, that is certainly a Marvel film, that has the Rhino and the Foreigner, and has Chameleon, and has Calypso. It has this amazing group of characters that we've pulled together that are certainly drawn from all those lore, all the lore in the canon. I hope people will be really excited about what we've done, but in a way, the movie can stand on its own, and you can walk into this movie knowing everything about all of that and nothing, and it will hopefully work for you in both ways. And then he says this about the ending. So, we've structured this movie as a classic origin story. Here's what people get annoyed about. If you know the Kraven storyline and you take this stuff as seriously as we have, as we've had and we have, when that last frame of our movie comes up, I think people will be excited that Kraven is teed up, in that he will be teed up to go and carry on this journey towards villainy, because that is the heart of this character. He doesn't start the movie off in that place. I think that's what makes the film really cool, actually, is that you get to see that journey. But this is a family saga that if anyone knows Kraven's Last Hunt and loves that, that's a place for Aaron and I that was a hallmark of why we signed up to do this, and we've created a character that over time will make sense, and he ends up there. So he starts out morally ambiguous, and becomes a full-blown villain. I don't hate that. I think that's fine. Loads of people in that, like, they framed this whole article as like, oh, that's bad. No, I don't think that's bad. But there you go. This movie is going to bomb, I think. I can't... The only thing that will save it is, like, yeah, overseas markets. So it's Kraven time. Who's Kraven for Kraven? Let me know down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.